She's been telling us, and we've been listening. Ann Wilson has literally sung her way into our hearts with her incredible song, My Jesus. And she joins us today on Spirit 105.3. And welcome. You must hear so many amazing stories about your song. What's your favorite one to tell about My Jesus?
I love the testimonies I receive every single day, but one of my favorites has been a story of a woman who lost her son in a car accident like 10, 15 years ago and basically resented God, turned away from God, had a really hard time with trusting the Lord, and then heard my song, My Jesus, and decided to give her life back to the Lord and let go of her anger towards God and step into a relationship with Him again. And that just melts my heart because I love that reminder that God really can use anyone in every story to impact so many lives. And to think that God used my song to change someone's life like that and to bring them back to Him, that's just an honor and a privilege to be a small part of.
Oh, that is so wonderful. And your song is one that you can sing along to. You can take it into your day. We're living through some really crazy, scary times. We see the war going on in Europe and our heart breaks. How do you lean into Jesus, your Jesus, in these times?
I think there's an importance about just reminding yourself of the perspective that this earth is not our final home. And that can be hard sometimes because it's, we're in this world right now and we're living and all of these horrible things are going on in other countries and even in our own country. And sometimes it's hard to remember the focus. And for me, I always say that one of my favorite things is that I really focus on fixing my eyes on heaven and that being my focus. And so when things are going around in the world, it's reminding myself that nothing else really matters other than loving on people and spreading the gospel, fighting for truth, fighting for Jesus, and standing in that firmly. And everything else is going to pass away. And when this world falls, it's either, going to be in heaven or hell. And I think reminding yourself of that and fighting for, all the stuff going on in Europe, it's like fighting for the Lord in those places and being who God called us to be, which is to love our neighbor and to fight on other people's behalf and standing in love and truth for people. And for me, it's really just about reminding myself of the perspective that this is not my final home. My final home is in heaven with Jesus. And so I'm going to spend my time focusing on the Lord. I'm going to make sure I'm spending time with Him and His Word daily. I'm going to make sure that I'm loving on one another like we are called to do. And I guess just trying to continually seek Him in that way.
Amen. So many people are looking for God right now, searching for Him more than ever. We're hearing, I found Spirit 105.3 just by scanning in my car. What you just mentioned, there are people who don't yet know God. If there is somebody who is ready to know the Lord, they're like, okay, I need to take the next step. I'm pretty sure this story might be true. What advice would you give that person to get to know Jesus just a little bit more?
I would say realize one thing, that it's not about religion, but that it's about a relationship. I grew up in a Christian house and I did not know God at all. I was not a Christian. I went to church, but I did not know the Lord. In my mind, it was a religion. And until I became in a relationship with the Lord, that was when everything changed. And that's when I really realized that Christianity is not a religion. It's a knowing that you have a personal one-on-one relationship with the creator of the universe. And I think realizing that is when you really start living for the Lord and knowing that you can talk to God any time of the day. You don't have to do this proper prayer. It's not some sort of system or rules and a checklist. It's about knowing Him intimately, having conversations with the Lord, seeking Him, praying, asking Him for wisdom, asking the Lord, what your next steps in life are. And also, I just encourage you to spend time with the Lord and don't be hard on yourself. I think stepping into a relationship with the Lord is very different than the world. And so there's going to be a lot of, the enemy is going to come after you and try to pull you away from Him. And I think remembering to fix your eyes on Jesus and His Word, spending time with Him daily and allowing Him to kind of lead your life as you step into a relationship with Him. And I can promise you that it is the best decision that you will ever make in your entire life. And the Lord loves you so much, and you're about to walk out a part of your life that is just going to be so beautiful with the Lord leading you.
He is the best friend I've ever had.
Me too.
Oh, He's so good to us. And we know My Jesus is just the beginning for you. What new song are you getting excited about right now?
There's a song called Mamas that features Hillary Scott from Lady A, and I'm very, very much looking forward to that song. It's a really beautiful song about moms, and specifically about my mom. And I think that it's going to reach a lot of people that are struggling and hurting in their relationships with their moms. And it's just a really beautiful reminder. And Hillary's on the song. Like, That's so exciting. And I'm a huge fan of her, so I'm looking forward to just the world getting to hear it.
That is awesome. Hillary plus Ann is going to rock. You're so special. You are so precious. And I am so thankful that the Lord tapped you for such a time as this. And I'm so thankful for your heart for Jesus. It is shining so brightly I could cry. So God bless you, girl. I am just cheering
God
you
bless
on.
you. Thank you so much. It's so good to talk to you again.